The thing that really makes this show sing is that it's completely timeless, and it's not about the 70s at all.
It's a small town, you know, the mentality is different, you know what I mean? There's nothing really exciting to do, so the only thing you can do is hang out with each other.
We just have so much fun, and we're just all really fortunate to be part of something like this.
I love it. I don't know what I'm going to do when I don't have to wake up like at 8 in the morning.
Set and act. Get all set. Get all set and action.
Hold on.
Go back.
Isn't this amazing?
Is it called Mount Hump because people come here to hump? Or people come here to hump because it's called Mount Hump? It's like the chicken or the egg.
Eric, it's only called Mount Hump because it's named after the explorer who braved the harsh elements of Wisconsin to discover Point Place. And that man's name was Sir Edmund Hump. Well, I didn't know that the show was going to be anything big when I first started because I didn't even know what it was for a show. You know, I didn't know that, you know, the majority of pilots that go out don't get picked up. I didn't know anything about ratings or whatever. I was just having a great time, and I just moved out here from Jersey, and I'm like, all right, I'm on a set, I'm in California, okay?
I had literally been cast out of a high school play. I'd done like 1 or 2 high school plays. So at the beginning we were so fresh that we were actually stupid enough and naive enough to think that it would be a success, not knowing that the odds of television pilots making it even to air is extremely low.
I had started working since I was 4, and actually I was doing a show called Sybil for the 2 years right before this. And I'd done a bunch of other shows before that, but I had decided I wasn't really going to do any more half-hour shows. But then I heard about this show that was created by the Turners, Ronnie and Terry, who did Third Rock. You know what I mean? I was a big fan of that show.
I was in between my junior and my senior year before I got the 70's show. I got the 70's show between those 2 years of high school, and imagine having your own sitcom and coming back to, you know, to your senior year of high school. It's definitely quite remarkable, you know. But I went through a lot of problems because my drama teacher that I had back in the day actually failed me in my drama class. It was ironic. She failed me in my play production class having my own sitcom. How do you do that?
The first script we did, I was 14. So for me, it was like, look at all these cute boys. I didn't like, it was nothing.
Me
like,
being the cutest, of course.
Yeah, Danny. I was like, oh, he's so cute.
We came here for a reason. Now, should I start and you watch? Or should I start and what's going on here? What do you want to do?
Will, just step into it. Will, just step into it.
Going back to the first table read, the first rehearsal, you know, those were some of the most petrifying things that any of us had to go through, because none of us knew each other. We were testing the waters. None of us really knew how to hit a mark. You know, and it was one of those things where you have to kind of learn all over again. But the beautiful thing about it is that we realized that very, very early, and we had each other to kind of work through it, you know. And that was the great thing about it. That if it wasn't because we had each other, you know, and grew up the way we did with each other, you know, it'd be a whole different show.
Maybe with Jackie, I was sort of impetuous and maybe a little rash.
Let's see, that's something that Jackie ought to know. Hyde says that he was sort of infectious and he has a rash.
What? That must be so humiliating.
Fez, your wife's on your honeymoon with another guy.
Oh, no. Carlos is just like, he's kind of like a chaperone. He, Son of a bitch!
Can't take it. Watching Donna lie out, knowing she's gonna go to college and I have to stay here. She's so juicy.
I'm not really sure why the show has been successful. I'm not sure that there's one reason for it. I think the second year, I think we flew under the radar a little bit, you know, and people started to find us, and by the third year, we had a really good base of people. And I think it was like 6 or 7 million people a week. And then when we went into syndication, it just blew.
He does not weigh 42 pounds. And these two are the best of buddies. Hey, Dad, want to go fishing? Sure, son, let's hug. That's what it's like at our house.
It's a show that at its heart, is a character-driven show. It's about it's about a family and a family of friends, and I think that has a universal appeal.
The thing that really makes this show sing is that it's completely timeless, and it's not about the 70s at all. To me, it isn't until Friday night when we do the show that I actually feel like the 70s plays any part in it. Even though we're not in 76 anymore, for me that was a really pivotal time to start off in, because it was kind of this weird time for America where we were having a real identity crisis, and it really played well to Eric Foreman, because he's having a real identity crisis in this kind of tug of war between this girl next door who likes him, who's really hot, and his dad, who he wants to impress, who's really strict.
Upstairs for your nap, and Eric needs quiet, so no shenanigans.
Mom, please, I haven't shenaniganed in about 6 years. I've hooliganed, I've no good nicked, I've ne'er done well. Just yesterday I found myself rabble-rousing.
Well, you shut up. I don't even think people are fascinated with the 70s. I think it's, because we don't have that many, I mean, yeah, we wear 70s clothes and our sets are 70s, but people are more, they relate with the relationships, like, me and Eric. People tell me all the time that they know of a relationship, or they had a relationship with someone who lived next door, or the girl next door, who they were best friends, they became boyfriend, girlfriend. What's cool is the kids relate to our relationships, and people who grew up in the 70s, they like watching the clothes and everything, because they're like, oh, I had that. And then they also relate to all the parents on the show. So that's why our audience is really big.
A lot of parents and a lot of teachers and a lot of kids today, just can't relate to it when it comes to the nostalgic feeling of being so free about certain subjects, about what to wear, what to listen to, and there was so much variety of colorful things, Now you kind of narrow it down to cool and uncool, Over there it was like cool, kind of cool, really cool, super fly. Now you have so many definitions of what cool is, and it's thanks to the 70s.